I started on a walk actually up Salisbury Hill quite a few years ago now. Actually, it's about I've got a list here somewhere of the dates. About 2005, nearly 10 years, and we were just walking on Salisbury Hill. I spotted it far in the distance and just thought, that would be nice. So it became one of a small set of paintings at that stage, and then I kind of concentrated on it even more and thought it's just a kind of image that has grown on me, and eventually, when we went up Lansdowne in the car, we went right past it. And I've been probably doing that for ages and not realised that they were just nestling over the hill on the side there. And I thought, that's the caterpillar, because they are so incredibly well hidden if you go up past Freezing Hill along the top by the racecourse. And so I was able to actually walk up to them and almost give them a hug, because I'd already imagined them as a little clump almost of shrubs, because I'd only ever painted them from a great distance. So they had this kind of completely different quality as an image that had been painted. But when I went up to them, walked round the back of the farm there were 57 of them, I counted them. And one of them is dead, I think. One is actually kind of a bit stark. The rest of them are glorious, huge trees, big beech trees, massive. And it took me a good 7 minutes to walk down the full length of them, back again, at least. So they became a completely different commodity then. I thought, well, this is a major revelation. But I eventually painted them in all different kinds of moods. I mean, because I kind of invent my own skies and atmospheres, which I always do, whether it's a landscape or cityscape, those trees have just become the kind of matrix for endless possibilities. I've probably painted them far too many times. I mean, I painted them recently with some bikes and it was an absolute disaster. So that does happen. And I always overdo things anyway, but most artists do. But I'm sure I shall return to them, because something will come along and I'll say, well, that needs the caterpillar,
What is the obsession? How do you as an artist explain your obsession with them?
There's something about the form of them that is this kind of ridge, and of course I do adjust it considerably. I do lose the odd tree or bush around it. Sometimes the ridge, I use the other little trees at the end, or I drop them out. So it becomes just an almost thing that I know off by heart, and I just kind of use that as a symbol. And I usually do it as a portrait picture, not a landscape, which is, horizontal, longer, and whereas I do it with a sort of 14 inches high, small paintings, and about 10 inches wide. And that seems to just allow massive experiment with the skies. And the skies, become, a massive part of it, really. But they seem incredibly popular too. And when I first painted that little one from Salisbury Hill, very soon after that, a collector of mine who lives in Swindon came and said to me, amazingly, would you be interested in painting those trees? I said, well, I've already done that. He said, really? Because I'd like to commission you to paint them as the Four Seasons, in the Four Seasons. I said, okay, well, that's lovely. Great idea. That was something I might have done anyway. So that has become probably my best-selling picture of the caterpillar, really, the Four Seasons, as a print. And I've probably sold about 37 of them now, which is amazing, just from this small gallery. And that's the one that really does seem to connect with people, because they are about coming home, when you feel as if you're coming home to Bath, which is a lovely feeling anyway, down that wonderful road, the A46. There's this point at which you reach and you think, oh, we're nearly home, and that caterpillar, as I call it, seems to be so universally popular. So that's the key, I think, to why people respond and like having them on the wall, particularly in the Four Seasons. When he asked me, it was actually winter, because it's very rare nowadays to get snow, so I was able to shoot up there almost straight away and get some pictures of it in the snow. So I keep those on file if I ever need them again.